What's up going on, you guys? My name is Dylan. I'm the host of KND Unscripted. We are back again with another episode, a Royal Rumble episode, with the Rumble being one corner away this Saturday. I'm joined once again by the bros here.
My name is Khalil. It's Khalil.
And I'm Karas.
And I'm Xavier.
Better known as Velxcity. And we have a special guest, the one and only Noah. What's up,
Hello,
Noah?
everyone. What's up, Dylan? How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. It's more people in here. But let's get started. Let's get started. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to start off by talking about our favorite Royal Rumble matches. Let's get it. So until we're gonna keep the show rolling. Karas will be back soon. What we're gonna do is we're going to list off our favorite Royal Rumble match or matches. So originally we had planned on doing one singular 30-man match throughout whatever year we like. But now we're going to do three if you have three, if one of them have three. So we're going to start off with Khalil with his list of 1, 2, or 3 favorite Royal Rumble matches.
All right. So, favorite, I have 3. I don't have one, I just have 3. I'm going to start it off with the 2000 Royal Rumble. It's one of my favorite Royal Rumbles because one of my favorites of all time, The Rock, won the match. I think it was a great match filled with a lot of Attitude Era stars. Main reason why I like it. It's nostalgia. My second one is a 2008 Royal Rumble. Just like the last one, it's full of star power. You had Triple H, Kane, friggin' blanking John Cena, Batista. It's a great match. You had them four at the end, taunting each other and everything. And I also like these two Royal Rumbles because it was different because they were both in Madison Square Garden, I believe, and the camera view was pointed towards the entrance instead of pointing towards the hard cam. Yeah. And then my last one will be the 2020 Royal Rumble, start to finish. You had Brock dominating in the beginning, eliminating everybody. Then you had Drew coming in, eliminating Brock Lesnar, getting a huge pop, and then him eventually going on to win the Rumble. It was a great Rumble.
All right. That was a nice list. I did really enjoy the 2020 Royal Rumble, not just because of, Edge.
Edge's return. Forgot.
Yeah, not just because of Edge returning, but it was a pretty decent Royal Rumble pre-COVID-19 pandemic. So great list. All right. Noah, do you have a favorite or favorites of the Royal Rumble match?
Yes, I do. I put down 3. We're going to start off at number 3. One of them I want to give a shout out to is 2007. I like a lot of the talent pool in it. Had some cool moments. I liked Raid RKO in it. They worked together very well. They were a pretty powerful tag team at that time. A really notable elimination I liked in that was Sabu's when Kane chokeslammed through a table. Seen that clip lots of times. Pretty cool elimination. There's a lot of ECW in that match in general, which I liked.
Mm-hmm.
And just the final 2 between Taker and Shawn, I think the finish was great. He went for the super kick. Taker just lifts him up and over. Really simple, but it worked really well. It was really clean. And number 2, I'm gonna go 2005 because here I was born. Maybe a little biased, but there was a few good things in that match. But something that people don't really talk about, I want to hit on quick, is do you guys remember Daniel Puder by chance?
I don't really.
He won Tough Enough, right?
He did, yes, I believe. And he had a segment on SmackDown with
really
Kurt
beat
Angle.
up?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Yes, exactly.
Oh.
So on SmackDown, he did a shoot thing with Kurt Angle, and he almost broke his arm, and that got him some heat in the locker room, right? And then in this Royal Rumble, Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, and Hardcore Holly, they all took turns stiffing him in the Royal Rumble match when they were the 4 in the ring. I feel like that doesn't get talked about a lot, but it kind of stuck out to me, and it was just kind of funny seeing all those legends go really rough on, the hated rookie backstage, and he kind of feels it out after that. So, and then just the finish with Cena Batista. Some people actually think it was planned. I do not think it was, but it was perfect because they landed at the same time. They both got the world title matches at WrestleMania. I think it just was a great mistake. And then, of course, Vince tearing his quads. is an all-time moment. Everything about it was chaotic, but it was great. It worked.
Mhm.
And then at my number one spot, this was already mentioned. I'm gonna go a little more in depth, but the 2020 Royal Rumble. I think it
Okay.
was the last like great Royal Rumble because obviously Brock dominates. I think it worked very well because for those that don't remember, Brock was in the Royal Rumble as champion, and his thing was if he won the Royal Rumble, he would not have to defend at WrestleMania. So he wasn't defending it like Roman Reigns did, but it was a nice little twist. And we got some cool things in there, like MVP returning, which was very unexpected.
Yeah.
A little run-in with Shelton, his own tag team partner. We had Keith Lee. Keith Lee was a great stare down. He got a big pop. A lot of respect out of Brock. I really wish we got that match. Never say
Mhm.
never, but um, and
You had
then
him and Kofi face to face again.
Yeah.
That's right. They did go
that
face to
too.
face, I believe.
And then Drew coming in and eliminating Brock. I mean, that was pretty much. If we didn't think Drew was gonna win already, that solidified it. Such a big pop, such a great moment. Him winning that Rumble, especially over hated babyface Roman, was just such a great decision. I mean, if you're not gonna eliminate a heel, eliminate a hated babyface. It's a perfect way to get over even more. And then obviously, one of, if not the greatest returns in all of wrestling, Edge. That speaks for itself. So my favorite Royal Rumble of all time, it's gotta be 2020 for me.
That was a really good list, Noah. Also, the Rumble before your number one spot, that was the one with Daniel Puder, right?
No, 2005 had Daniel
Oh,
Puder. That was my second. My third was 2007.
2005, when you said that you thought the spot where Batista and John Cena landed on the thing, that people probably thought it was fake because of the thing that happened with Lex Luger and I think Bret Hart, or is
Yeah,
it Shawn Michaels?
it was Luger and Bret Hart. Yeah, some people say like that they just don't think it was real because Batista backed up so much, and they think that they kind of like planned how they were gonna fall. And again, I think it was just a crazy accident because if you look back at it, they do land perfectly. I mean, Batista's back and Cena's leg, they touch at the exact same time. I mean, you can't. It's one of those things you feel like you just can't script. It's
Yeah,
perfect.
it was too perfect to be planned.
Yeah.
Right. All right, Xavier. So to you now, do you have any of favorite matches or match of the Royal Rumble?
My favorite, my favorite Rumble, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, I would have to also, like Noah said, it would be 2020. Growing up, I've always been in and out of wrestling, but 2020 is when I really started to come back into it. And just watching that match alone, like Noah already said, people like Keith Lee, Brock Lesnar being in the Rumble as champion, that was something that was, very nice to see. Obviously, Drew McIntyre winning and going on to eventually, beat Brock. That was also nice as well. So I would have to say 2020.
Okay, 2020. That's a really good one, and I really do love the 2020 Rumble as well. It. I don't want to take it off of my list. Not saying it was necessarily on it, but it it was one of my favorites and of the recent era. But because Karaz isn't here at the moment, I'm going to go ahead and express my three because I did have three as well. My At the number three spot, I'm gonna have to say the 2017 Royal Rumble, only because of the star power and how like
Mm.
really cool it was. You know, you had the whole interaction between Goldberg and Undertaker, and the continuation of Brock and Goldberg from that, and then you had well, the roster was pretty stacked too that year as well, 2017. Um, so you know, had Chris Jericho, Strowman, Big Cass, Big Show, I believe was in that Rumble. Um, Jack Gallagher from 205 Live, that was around the era too. So you had a lot of participants from the roster of 205 Live in that match. It was just stacked and really cool, and I just love the whole aura of everybody. Everybody had their own shine in a way, I believe. At the number two spot, I must say the 2007 Royal Rumble. A few weeks ago, me and my siblings were watching every Rumble from 2000 to 2009, so all of the 2000s. And I definitely loved the 2007 Rumble. more specifically because of the mini match that happened at the end between Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. Really great. And once again, the star power was all there. I'm not even going to try to be different, but I'm going to say the 2020 Rumble as well. I mean, it was one of the best. Besides 2021, which unfortunately wasn't in front of fans, 2020 was a really nice Royal Rumble for it to be what it was, especially that day too. Earlier that day, we lost, the world lost Kobe Bryant and a lot of other people. So it was like a bittersweet day going from Kobe Bryant to Edge returning after 9 years. So that was that. So Karas, welcome back. We are here talking about our favorite Royal Rumble match or matches, and I'm coming to you now. You're the last person. Do you have one singular favorite Royal Rumble match or 3 favorite Royal Rumble matches?
Hold on. Okay, so this isn't in any particular order, but I do have 3. 2004, 2008, and 2020. 2008, happened in New York City. The GOAT, John Cena, returning from injury. My favorite WWE superstar. He returned, won, boom. 2004, that guy came in at number 1, I believe. Or was it 2? It was 1, right?
It was 1.
Cool. He came in at number 1 and outlasted 29 other people and won the Royal Rumble. I like those type of matches. Rey Mysterio did it. I love when the number 1 is like nobody expects them to win. Nobody would expect the number 1 entrant to win, but they shock everybody by outlasting the other people. And then 2020, Edge return. Nobody anticipated this. Crazy return after how many years? Like
9.
13. Wow, I was far off.
9.
Okay. After 9 years, yeah, even though he didn't win, I love Royal Rumble matches with really memorable returns. That was like one of the best returns in WWE history. It was just pretty good. And Drew eliminating Brock, like Noah said prior to this, very, very good.
Also, he did win the next year in 2021.
True.
So for those who didn't watch that match, definitely check it out. And the women's match of that year too was really great. Victoria returned.
Wait, hold on. Are we talking about Drew or Edge, bro?
Edge.
Okay, I know Edge won 2021, but I just brought up Drew, and it sounded like you were talking about.
Well, yeah, but you were also talking about Edge's return, so I was like, Edge won the Royal Rumble the next year. But thank you all for your giving us your favorite matches. Down below in the comments, what's your favorite match or matches? Let us know. Once again, welcome to KND Unscripted. We now want to talk about something that's very current in this current moment as we're recording, which is the possibility of AJ Styles retiring. Now, I want to first just give this whole floor to Noah because, I mean, look at his profile picture. I mean, so let's Noah, what do you think about the whole concept of AJ Styles possibly retiring?
So, AJ said once he hits 50, this year specifically, he'd like to hang up the boots. I do think he'll do that, but I don't know. I feel like he's not done yet. Now, with that being said, I do think this is the end of his WWE career. He had a final match with Shinsuke. He had matches with, over the past couple years with Cody, Finn Balor, etc. But I think that, against Gunther's got the Legend Killer type gimmick going. I think this is the end of his WWE career. 10 years at the same pay-per-view. They debuted that in WWE. Kind of poetic, It feels very soon, but it is pretty poetic. So I think that this is just his WWE retirement. I think Gunther will get the win. I think it'll be a pretty good match too. But I just can't see him retiring right now completely. I think afterwards we could see him do one of two things. I think he might do a short TNA run. He really got his start there. He was Mr. TNA. When you think of TNA, you think of AJ Styles. He really helped put them on the map. He was their big guy. I could see him having a short world title run there, maybe dropping it to Leon Slater in his final match. I think that's a possibility. And also, I could see him going to AEW. You know, he has friends there. He has old rivals there. There's a lot of new matches waiting for him there. There's just a lot of opportunities. I do think he's done this year. I think he's gonna stick to his word. But after Gunther, I think there might be something else there.
Well, I got a question for actually all of you. Before I ask the question, I must say, like the Undertaker said in 2020, and I quote, AJ was a big fish in a little pond being TNA, but I digress. The question is, do you think it's too soon for him to retire because it's the end of January and it's just the beginning of the year, or is it because it's at the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia?
I don't think it's too early. I think it's just very abrupt because we knew he was going to retire this year, but I don't think anybody thought it was going to be specifically at the Royal Rumble at the beginning of the year. Everybody thought he was probably going to be in WWE for at least one more year.
Understandable. So, any other thoughts about AJ possibly retiring, ladies and gentlemen?
I think it's a great decision. Who was talking? Go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying the people in the comments, but you guys too.
I think it's a great decision. And I think it will, like Noah said, open up other opportunities for him and maybe TNA, maybe AEW, because his contract does expire, so he can go to any other company. He's been wrestling for what?
About 25 years, late 90s.
Yeah, he was in WCW, WWE, and he was actually in WWE in the early 2000s. He did a couple of matches. But
Velxcity.
I think his time has come, and it's time to have new matches with new people, old rivals, and yeah, it's a great decision.
All right, so with that being said, let's get into what this videos are going to be about. All right, so what we're going to be doing is throwing our predictions out there of the Royal Rumble match. Now I do have the card pulled up, so let's go down the line. Okay. All right, so I'm about to pull the card up, and don't mind if it is a little blurry here. This is just an early picture of what we've gotten so far. Currently, we're recording on a Monday, so we're 1 week out from a really big pay-per-view in a really big stadium that was built in under 20 days, which is very surprising and scary at the same time. So, who wants to go first? Talking about the men's Royal Rumble match, the women's Royal Rumble match, and the 3 matches in between. Any volunteers?
I'll mind talking about. Okay, you can go.
All right. So, is there any particular order these matches are gonna happen in, or are they just spread across?
I'm sure, but I think we should just go down the line of.
I have a feeling that's the order is gonna be in. When women's Rumble first, then AJ versus Gunther, then women's, then men's Undisputed Championship, the men's Royal Rumble.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right. Okay, so for the 30 women's Royal Rumble match, I believe that Bianca is gonna return. We're gonna see a couple surprises. AJ is gonna pop up, like it shows right there. She declared herself. We're gonna see a couple of legends that that return every other year in the Royal Rumble match. Trish, Lita. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see them. They always appear, especially Trish and like Molly Holly.
Come on, bro.
Come on. I don't know why that popped up in my head, but I don't know. She made the return one time, and it's just basically random legends who we haven't seen in like a couple years, couple months, and we might even get a way crazier surprises. But I think Bianca, I would want Bianca to win. I think my pick is on Bianca. That being said, next match, Gunther versus Styles. Gunther, like Noah said again, he has the legend killer type of gimmick. Or not legend killer, that's Randy.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is pretty much the same thing what he's doing.
True. So, he retired Goldberg. He retired John Cena. And I feel like he's going to retire AJ. It's his career. If he loses, his career's cooked basically, and
You guys
he
have
has
no
to
faith.
retire. So AJ's getting old, like Noah said earlier. Again, he's brought up very good points about AJ and his career. I feel like better opportunities are waiting, and yeah. So Gunther got that in the bag. Next match, undisputed WWE Championship, Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. I seen Sami Zayn win that Fatal 4-Way, and it was basically whoever wins goes to face Drew for the championship at this event. So he's gonna lose. Come on, it's Drew McIntyre. Unless somebody interferes and does something to Drew to like weaken him, catches him off guard, or any dirty tactic, Sammy's gonna win then. But I don't think he's gonna win clean. I think Drew got that in the bag.
I must say though, Sammy is really, really loved in Saudi, so I don't know. You never know.
Good point.
I don't think that's still enough to get him over. Anyways, last match, main event, men's Royal Rumble match. I don't really know. I would just like to watch this match out. I don't really have any picks in mind. We are going to see returns, of course. A lot of people are saying Chris Jericho is going to come out. Powerhouse Hobbs. A lot of people will mention this later during the episode. We're going to see a lot of... Yeah. We're going to see a lot of people we've already seen. And then we're going to see a couple surprises, I guess. I would hope. It is Saudi. A lot of money is being put into this. And I feel like, a lot of people are signing contracts on the low. And we're going to see some really good surprises. Again, I don't really have a pick to win this. But either a very good surprise or like Roman Reigns or something. No glaze. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was a perfect run through, Karas. I want to go down the line because I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but right under you, Karas, is Khalil. So Khalil, let's get your thoughts on this, on the whole entire card from top to bottom or bottom to top.
The women's Royal Rumble match, I don't have one winner. I have two winners because I feel like based on the women's World Championship match, it can go either way. My winners, I have Liv Morgan, and then I have Bianca Belair. I feel like if Raquel wins, I think we could see a split up between the Judgment Day, and then we could have Raquel versus Liv at WrestleMania. Or we got Bianca win, and she goes on to face Jade at WrestleMania. Let's see. And then the returns I think we're gonna have AJ Lee. Obviously, she's gonna return in that match. We're gonna have. I feel like we're gonna see both Bella twins. And then this is far. This is a stretch. I'd like to see Ronda Rousey return. Okay. For the next match, we have Gunther versus AJ Styles. It's obvious Gunther's gonna win. It's gonna be a very sad match to see AJ go, but I think they're gonna put on a classic. There's a lot of people that hate on Gunther, but he's one of the best wrestlers in WWE right now. So I think they could put on a very great match.
Gunther lost to Sammy, by the way.
And he also lost to Jey Uso. So yeah, whatever. The women's World Championship match. Stephanie versus Raquel. Like I said, I feel like it can go either way. Oh, and to go back to the women's Rumble match, I gotta disagree with you, Kay. I don't think we're gonna see a lot of returns other than the two I mentioned. I think that at this point, the women's roster has been built up very good, and we're gonna see straight, maybe some NXT straight Raw and women. I don't think we're gonna see a lot of returns.
Okay.
World Championship match, I feel like can go either way. We could see Stephanie win, we could see Raquel win, so I don't have a clear winner on that. Sammy versus Drew. Sammy's earned it. He needs his world title win. I think Sammy's gonna win. He's gonna go on to WrestleMania. And then the Rumble match. Got a lot of notes for this one. Okay. I think it's also a stretch. I'd like to see LA Knight win the Rumble. It might not happen. Triple H hates LA Knight. Might not happen. Really like to see it happen. I think the most obvious winner is probably going to be Roman Reigns. The returns and debuts, we could see Oba Femi, Brock Lesnar, Chris Jericho, Royce Keys. I've seen reports that Kane Another stretch. I think The Rock's gonna be in this Rumble. So I think it's either gonna be Roman, LA Knight, or Solo might win it. Yeah,
Why Solo?
Solo deserves a championship, bro.
He's taking it all, brother.
Bro. But
Gotta sell the score. I mean, come on now. Respect the tribal chief.
But yeah, number 30. I think The Rock is gonna come out. Don't ask why. I just think he's gonna come out. And with Sammy winning, I can see who was it? Give me a second. Lost it. Oh, with Sammy winning, I don't know why, but I could see LA Knight winning the Rumble and them having a great feud at WrestleMania.
Hell yeah.
No, it's very random, but I can see it happening. And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, Karas, you didn't say your number 30. If you had to pick who you think number 30 will be for the men or women Royal Rumble, who would it be?
John Cena.
Far-fetched.
Hey,
All right.
hey, guys, come on. Don't make these faces. All right.
I'm just
know
saying.
If John Cena wins, I will cash up you 200. I mean, not wins. If he returns, I will cash up you $200, bro.
All right.
I'm recording. Gotta stick to it now.
You got it on recording.
Come on, John. I need 200.
All right. Xavier, Velxcity. We're going down to you now. What give us your thoughts now.
Wait,
Go ahead.
I forgot a point. I'm sorry, Xavier. I think to start off the Rumble is going to be Trick Williams and maybe either Carmelo Hayes or Javon Evans. You know, Triple H, he likes to have two very good or like hype wrestlers start off a Royal Rumble, so I can see them starting off.
Isn't Javon injured?
It was a very minor injury. He just got tweaked on Raw. I think he'll be in it. I think he'll have a Kofi spot actually, which I'll talk about when it's my turn. But yeah, it should be okay.
But yeah, I think they're going to start off the Rumble.
All right, Xavier, let's hear from you, man.
So we'll just go from top to bottom to top. For the Women's Rumble, I do have a list of surprises. Obviously, you have, when I say surprises, they're not like, like out of the world, mainly from like NXT and just a couple people we haven't seen in a minute. But for surprises, I have Soul, Zarya, JC Jane, those three. They've been doing a lot of stuff on NXT, and they've been, when it comes down to it, they've been, they've been like the most viewed and the most like highly praised, especially, this year or last year, excuse me. I have the Iconics. I think their tier with TNA is up, or they're also known as the Inspiration over there. I think those two are gonna come back during this Rumble as well. I got Trish Stratus. She just had a match, I believe, last year with Tiffany Stratton. She looked like she was, still able to go a little bit longer. So it wouldn't surprise me if she showed up this year.
What match did she have last year?
She had two, I believe. I believe the first one was a tag match with Tiffany, and then the second one was she had a match against Tiffany, I believe. I'm not too sure what pay-per-view it was or what the event was, but that was also the case. And I have a couple more. I don't want to spend too much time here, but I have Zoe Stark. She had an ACL injury, I believe, a couple months ago, and I believe now would be a good time for her to come back. She's pretty good in ring. Her character is a little bit meh, but her in ring ability is undeniable. So I think she is also going to make a return. And I also have Bianca, who I also think is going to win this Rumble. I think she's going to win it and go on to feud with Jade at Mania. And just to list off a few more people, I have Dakota Kai, AJ Lee, Lola Vice, Tiffany Stratton, and yeah, that's about it for that. And for the final four of the women, I see Liv being there. They've been teasing her and Stephanie, and she's also been the runner-up these past few years. I feel like Triple H is not going to pull the trigger and allow her to win this year. He's probably going to give it to Bianca, someone we haven't seen in almost 9-10 months.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be Bianca, Liv. They'll probably throw in a Raquel or a Roxanne, depending on how the title match goes. I think the Roxanne will be there. And I'm not really too sure who the final person would be, but they'll probably throw in like a, I don't know, someone like up and coming, like I don't know, maybe Zarya or somebody else. Or AJ Lee as well. That would be a nice option. And yeah, like I said, I believe Bianca's gonna win. Um, Gunther and AJ, I believe that AJ's time in WWE is coming to a close. You know, he just had his last match with Shinsuke at Saturday Night's main event. That was a pretty, it was definitely a step up from their Mania match that they had a couple years ago. Um, but I think his time is up, and he's gonna go on to whether it's TNA or AEW. I don't think his in-ring career is necessarily finished, but I do believe that with how Triple H has been booking Gunther and treating him, AJ's definitely on his way out. So I have Gunther winning that match. Drew and Sammy, this one is the toss-up because I do want Sammy to win, and it is in his home country, so I could see them pulling the trigger. But I feel like they're gonna extend the story just a little bit longer. So I do have Drew retaining, and for the I do have him going on. I do have Drew going on to go, not Drew, Sammy to go into the Rumble later in the night in the next match. Um, for the men's Rumble, just to um, I believe that Braun Breaker's gonna win this one. I
Oh,
think I have him. Yeah, bro, I have him, Roman, Sammy, and LA Knight being the final four. I know LA Knight has been one of those names people have been bringing up a lot lately, especially as a potential winner for the Rumble. But I feel like, same way with Liv, Triple H is also going to be hesitant on pulling that trigger. I don't know why he would be, but LA Knight's definitely a contender to win the Rumble. That's why I have him there. Um, for Sammy, obvious, same similar reason to LA Knight. Sammy is also a contender to win the Rumble. He could, like I said, if they decide to extend the story between him and Drew, they could bring it to Mania. They could bring it to Chamber. They could do whatever they want with that. But I also see Sammy being there for that reason. Um, Roman Reigns last year, I believe I don't think he was in the Final Four, but he
no.
got he got very
Hmm.
he got pretty close at the end, and I feel like he would also be like a good contender to win the Rumble as well. It's been a while since he's been in one and won it. Um, but he could potentially win it. Go off to face Punk at Mania or whoever the world champion is at that time, or he can do Cody and or not Cody, excuse me, Drew and Roman again, run back their clash match, but I don't see that happening. I have Braun winning, going off to face CM Punk. Um, I have I wrote down here on my notes. I had Javon Evans being like the highlight of the Rumble. I feel
Yeah.
like Triple H really wants to, especially this year, he really wants to showcase like the younger talent and more black representation, as you will.
Hmm.
That um, I see him being a highlight. He's gonna have plenty of nice spots. I know Noah mentioned him having a Kofi Kingston moment. I think he's gonna do a little more than that as well, like in ring with everybody else. And I remember I think I was talking to Noah about this a couple of days ago, but I could see like them running like I know might sound ridiculous, but if you really think about it, it would be really nice. I could see him doing a program with like Logan Paul or someone who's also like on the same athletic ability or up to the same athletic ability as him. So I could see him and Logan having a moment in this Rumble. For the Iron Man, I got Obafemi. They've really been like, especially last year, and also like all the advertisement on like Raw and SmackDown of Obafemi coming. They're really gonna I do believe they're really going to showcase him in this Rumble. So I can
Yeah.
see him being an Iron Man, getting a lot of elimination. He might also get the most eliminations in this match, but um, yeah, I can see him being the Iron Man of the match. And then you also got for the people who I think are going to, the men's surprises for the Rumble. I got Jericho. Um, like for a while now, people have obviously joked around or really thought that someone from AEW would debut in the Rumble, but I think this time, especially with his contract possibly being up, he will actually make um his return at the Rumble. I got Powerhouse Hobbs. He's also someone who is said to be coming into the WWE. Phil mentions his other name, Royce Keys. So I think that's going to happen at this Rumble. Um, Omos, he's been doing a lot of stuff down at AAA, and Triple H loves to, showcase, his giants and whatnot. So he's definitely going to be there for the Rumble. Um, you have Brock Lesnar. He's been out for a while. He's gonna come back, possibly have a program at Mania, maybe with Obafemi. So they might have a moment in that match. Leon Slater, and Ricky Saints, both guys have been doing a lot of work in their respective companies. Even Leon been having been showcased in WWE on the main roster already, and Ricky Saints, who has yet to do so, but I believe that he has the ability to, showcase what he's really about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is a little fun one. I got BD and I Show Speed.
Oh Lord.
What? Whoa! What did you just say?
Yes, BDE and I Show Speed. Yes,
Have you lost your
yes.
mind?
Yeah, okay, listen. Look, BDE. I know it might sound ridiculous, but like, bro, it's not impossible.
It's
It
Bro,
not
might
he's
impossible,
sound
but
he's
it's
ridiculous.
built
not
like a
good.
It's
penis.
not.
What
He's
did you say,
signed to
Khalil?
TNA right
I
now.
said he's built like a penis.
Hey, that's
Come
quite the
on, bro.
description. It's quite the
All right.
description.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Listen, you're not gonna disrespect BD like that, bro.
Yeah, but
BD is
let
signed to TNA. He's signed to TNA. He's also someone who I guess WWE can see as someone who can bring views. Yes, I know Logan
Mhm.
is there, but they don't mind. They love having their influencers and people with a lot of a massive following coming into WWE doing stuff.
just put
Speed,
Jelly
he
Roll
was
in it.
there. Like, watch out. Jelly Roll, okay, move. Look, I Show Speed, he was at what last year's Rumble, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's
Yeah.
also been doing stuff with WWE as of late. Training with Randy Orton, having a match, um, an impromptu, singles match. Just seeing what he's about. I know it's for his TV show, but it doesn't rule out the possibility of him coming back and, potentially doing something past the Rumble, doing something at Mania, whatever WWE will like to do if this happens. This next one, I have Zilla Fatu. I don't know if you guys are aware of what that is.
I'm aware. I think you're a little
Yo, Zilla,
crazy,
watch
but hey,
out.
never know. Never know. Anyone
All
could be
right.
No,
All
because
wrong.
right.
look, think about it. No, really think about it. It was what, like a couple weeks ago, Ricky Saints, who I'm not sure if he was the champion, he signed at NXT regardless. He literally attacked, and I know people from WWE like to help out Booker T and the stuff he's got going on, but like, you know, the
Yo, so
WWE ID program, bro. Like, bro,
Xavier, question:
what's up,
how many more members of the Bloodline do you want, bro?
Trust me, bro.
bro?
We have enough. We have more than enough. We're set.
I'm not
Hey,
saying I want more. I'm just saying it's something that I can see happening.
Mhm.
But
Zilla's not a stretch. It's just like, will they? Won't
yeah,
they?
I definitely. I'm not saying that I want Zilla to appear, but he's definitely. It's possible. Same thing with BD. Like I was saying, it's possible. I got Obafemi. I know I have him as the Iron Man, but I just see him as a surprise too. They haven't case, showcased him yet, but I think that they're gonna finally, take the steps to do so at this Rumble. He's gonna be another highlight, and yeah, he's gonna be there at the Rumble. I have Mr. Iguana and Vikingo. You know, they're from AAA, who WWE recently just bought
It's a
out.
30-man, by the way.
You said what?
It's a 30-man. It seems like you said 50. I don't know. It's not the
Okay.
greatest Royal Rumble. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Watch out. But no, I have Vikingo, and then the last two I have Chad Gable, who's been out injured for a while.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh my goodness, I forgot Chad was out.
Yeah, Chad's been out hurt, and I don't know if you've seen the recent videos of him working out, but
He's buff.
Wow.
He's ring ready.
Jacked.
He's ready.
He is Rumble ready.
We call that TRT.
And then the last person, what is this, Triple H? And then the last person we have is Sheamus. He's been out hurt for a while, and believe he got hurt during the last time his now tournament, and I see him making his return.
That was a really cool list, Xavier. I actually enjoy listening to all your like Iron Man and going into good detail about that. So now we have down right underneath Xavier on my screen here, Noah, which I know you also are going in great detail for sure. You have a bit of notes, I'm sure. So let's hear what you got.
All right, so we'll start off with the Women's Royal Rumble. First off for this, we're gonna start off with some snubs. Now by snub, okay, hold on. What do you mean wait, K? Oh, he's not in there. Okay, no, I'll wait till he comes back. We'll cut this out. Wait till he comes back. I'll give him like 15 seconds.
Alrighty, Noah, let's go down to you now, since you're right under Xavier for me, and go ahead and give your thoughts on what you think is going to happen in the Royal Rumble 2026.
All right, so first off, I'm gonna do this for both Rumbles. We're gonna start off with snubs. So for the Women's Royal Rumble, these snubs, these are people I could see entering in the match, but they just couldn't make my list of people who I think will appear. But if they did come in the match, it wouldn't necessarily surprise me. So first off, for the snubs, we have Jada Parker. She's getting over the crowd. She's in NXT. Could see it happening. Zoe Stark, who Xavier talked about. ACL injury last year. She could be coming back around this time. Alba Fire, she's on SmackDown. Could see her being in there. Tatum Paxley and Thea Hale, both also in NXT. Raquel Rodriguez, she has the match early in the night, but that doesn't, exclude her from the Royal Rumble. I could see her in there. The next two are possible surprises. I got Trish Stratus, who was also mentioned earlier. I wanted to kind of put her in here, but I just don't really see it. But if she does come, it could definitely happen. And then another long shot return I have for the snub is Saraya, also known as Paige. People have been thinking she might come back. I could see it. So next up, we have everyone I think will be in the Royal Rumble match for the women's side. This is not in order, but it's just everyone who I think will make an appearance. I'll save the surprises for last. So first we got Liv Morgan, obvious, Roxanne Perez, AJ Lee, Becky Lynch, Lyra Valkyria, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Chelsea Green. Then we got an NXT woman coming in here, Blake Monroe. Think she's gonna get some good shining in this match. I think they might be high on her. Then we have one of her rivals, Jordan Grace, coming in there. We got the women's tag champs, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, coming in. Next two, I have Sol Ruka and Zarya, team in NXT. Think they might, have some tension building between them in this match too. Maybe eliminating one of each other. We got Tiffany, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Zelina Vega, Nikki Bella, Nia Jax, Natalya, and Maxine Dupree, who they had a run-in on Raw. Natalya turned heel on Maxine. Could see them doing something right there. We have Nia Jax. Not sure if I said her yet. Sorry. Lola Vice from AAA. Lash Legend, who I will get to Lash Legend in a second. I think she might have a bigger role than people think. Ivy Nile, Kiana James, Julia, and then for the final two surprises, I have Brie Bella. She's bound to come back eventually, especially with Nikki back. And then at number 30, I have the winner of the Royal Rumble, Bianca Belair. I think she's going to face Jade Cargill. That's been a match building for a very long time by now.
Wait, can I say something real quick? Khalil also mentioned this, I think, and I couldn't say, or maybe it was Xavier. But if Bianca does win the Royal Rumble, I believe she'll be the first woman to win 2 Royal Rumbles.
You'll be correct, yep. She'll be the first to win 2 Rumbles. Wait,
Charlotte. Didn't Charlotte win 2?
Oh, you know what? You are right, Xavier. She did. She won.
Oh.
She won 2020 and 25. You're right. Forgot about
Oh.
that for a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do
Oh, the
have
first-
Bianca Belair
the black-
winning. Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying the first black woman then.
But yeah, I do have Bianca Belair winning. She's been away from injury again. Match with Jade. It's a long time coming. And in the final four, I have Liv Morgan, who I feel like might be an Iron Woman again this year. I actually had her as a secondary winner. I think she'll win the Elimination Chamber and face Stephanie Vaquer at WrestleMania. She's been runner-up many times. If she won, I wouldn't be surprised, but I will stick with Bianca. But again, in the final four, I have Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez, Bianca Belair, and Lash Legend. Lash Legend got some time in Survivor Series War Games last year, some of which was with Bianca. I think she might get some time in here. I think her being in that final four, it'll give her that moment, some time with Bianca especially. I think she will be the first eliminated in that final four, but I can see that. I see Roxanne possibly eliminating Liv. I think that'll cause more tension in the Judgment Day. That'll keep that feud going, and then obviously Bianca wins and faces Jade. Next up, we have Gunther and AJ. Talked about this earlier. I think this will be a great match. I do have Gunther winning. I think AJ's done in WWE. Not sure what's going to happen next for him after that, but I do see him retiring and Gunther winning that one. Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre. I do think that some people might have biased Sami because it's in Saudi. I just don't see it. I think if he won, it would be at Saudi Mania, for example, or maybe a
Really?
Canada pay-per-view. I don't know if they'd have him win here. I feel like they're gonna do the thing that Triple H likes to do and just more adversity over and over again. And especially since Drew just won it.
You think Drew's gonna take it to Mania?
I think he'll either take it to WrestleMania or possibly lose in the Elimination Chamber back to Cody. I know that might sound stupid. I think it's realistic, but I think
Don't
Drew
give
will
it that.
get some more time.
I could if Roman wins the Rumble, I could see Cody winning it back.
That's what I was gonna add on to. Yeah, I think I agree with you there. I see that being a possibility.
Cody doesn't need it, by the way, but
Oh no, he definitely doesn't. But I think Drew will have a short run, longer than the Royal Rumble. No, I think he will beat Sami, but I do see that for sure. And then finally, the men's rumble. We're gonna start off with the snubs for this one. Again, people I think could be in the match, just couldn't make my list personally. First two, we have Leon Slater and Kofi Kingston. I think if they are in the match, they'll do something with Javon Evans specifically. Some stuff going on there. Next, he's actually newly added to my snubs list during this episode, is Rey Mysterio, because as we are recording this, Raw has now ended. And I have seen photos of the referee throwing up the X symbol after one of Rey Mysterio's matches. So now I'm not sure if he'll be in it. He was on my list. Now I'm not sure. So for now, he's going on the snubs.
bro, and he freaking kicked him out of the last Rumble. So technically, he's the winner of the 2024 Royal Rumble.
Hey, Curtis Axel never eliminated in 2015. Just saying. Just saying.
Nobody won the 2004 Royal Rumble.
You're
Royal
right.
Rumble is a crazy, crazy event. You never know what's gonna happen. And then next up is another one put to snubs. Is Finn Balor. I had him in, but Adam Pearce told Finn Balor the Royal Rumble was full on today's Monday Night Raw. Not sure if he'll still be in it. Maybe he'll attack somebody and take their spot like people have before. But gonna move him to snubs. Next, we have the El Grandes, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. I really hope they don't waste spots on them, but you know WWE, we could see it happening.
Yeah.
Then we have Matt Cardona just signed back, Ethan Page and Ricky Saints, NXT stars. I think could get some spotlight there. Nick Nemeth from TNA, of course, Dolph Ziggler, can maybe see that. We have Vikingo from AAA, could maybe get like that AAA shout, AAA shout over there. Because they're gonna maybe want that in there so they can promote it.
Mm-hmm.
I have Rusev. He's been off TV. Could maybe come in. I got Sheamus, as Xavier also said earlier. And then this is the longest shot, but you never know with this guy. I have Seth Rollins as the last snub.
Oh,
I do think he's legitimately injured this time. But again, you never know with him, man. Anything can happen with Seth.
I mean, if Cena can come back from a torn pec in 4 months, obviously they're not the same person, but you never know.
What's Seth's injury?
I think it's his shoulder, but it's like around the same area. So
I think he's gonna come back from that.
I think he might be out a little longer, but I could see it, yeah. Because when he dove towards Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel, that's where he injured it. So that'll be the last far shot snub from me. Next up, we have everyone who I think will be in the Royal Rumble. Again, no order, just who I think is going to be in there. First up, we have Roman Reigns. Then we have Logan Paul, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu. First surprise. This is kind of a silly one, but he's been used for this exact thing before. I have Omos. I think one of the bigger guys, who I'll get to in a bit, will just have that big guy versus big guy spot with him, where
When was the last time we seen him?
I
Saw
believe
him.
2024 in the main roster, Royal Rumble.
Mm.
But there's a
Yeah.
couple guys in here I'll get to. I think they'll have that thing where Omos eliminates maybe one person, the big guy, the fresh guy gets him out, gets a little pop. Then we have Dominic Mysterio, who I know he is technically injured right now, but they haven't stripped him of the IC title and they haven't really even talked about him, I feel like. So I think he might be in that match maybe later on, but we'll see
Mhm.
about that. Then I have Jimmy and Jay Uso, of course. I have the rest of the division: Austin Theory, Braun Breaker, who we'll get to later, then Bronson Reed. I got Randy Orton in there. Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes, who I believe it was Khalil earlier said they might start it off. I could
Yeah.
actually see that. They'll definitely have something to do together in there. There's a lot of history there. I think that's a future WrestleMania match, maybe even as early as this year for the U.S. title.
For
Could
sure.
definitely see it.
Mhm.
Then I have someone who I agree with Xavier on, who might be the Iron Man or just like one of the stars of the show. I have Oba Femi. They're building him up. He's absolutely incredible. I think he's going to do great things, especially in this Rumble.
Hey, listen, Oba and Omos face off.
That is one of the ones I expect, yes. I think having Omos come in early, then Oba, I think having Oba just, maybe even lift him over the top if possible. I mean, he's a strong guy. I could see it happening.
My
Get him
question
in that
for
big
you:
spot.
who do you think is gonna eliminate Oba?
Actually, I will get to that later. I have one or two suspicions about that.
Okay.
It could be this next guy. Next, I have Brock Lesnar. I think
Mm.
I think Brock and Oba could be, all meat, no water, whatever Booker T says. I think it could be something like that. Two big dudes going at it.
Maybe
Uh,
a future WrestleMania match or a SummerSlam.
Very could be. I think Brock might be done this year, but hey, WrestleMania this year, Oba beats Brock. That could be huge for him.
Definitely.
Next, I have Gunther. I think he beats AJ, goes into the Rumble as one of the biggest heels in the Rumble. I wouldn't be shocked if he won. I do not think he will, but it wouldn't completely surprise me, knowing how much Triple H is fond of him. Then I have Ilya Dragunov. I have Damian Priest and Aleister Black, who they just finished up a feud. Hopefully, doesn't get dragged more, but Triple H does love them both, so I can see them having runs with each other.
I love you too.
And taking Finn Balor's spot on my list because,
I
of
love you
course,
too.
Adam Pearce said he wasn't anymore. I have Mr. Iguana as a surprise. WWE loves their gimmicks. I think they'll give him the spot. He'll do something funny. I got Javon Evans. He's gonna light it up. I think he'll take over Kofi's role of the crazy athletic spots. He's more than capable. I got Sami Zayn. I have Ray Phoenix, and now I have El Grande Americano, the greatest wrestler of all time.
Chad's Americano or freaking Kaiser's?
Ludwig Kaiser's Americano. Then after that, this is one of my first surprises. I do have Chad Gable. I agree that he will come back. I'm not sure if he'll be as El Grande Americano or himself. At a point, I actually thought about putting him twice in this match, once as El Grande, then once as Chad Gable. I could see that happening, but I think Chad might come as himself. There's a lot you can do with the El Grande universe, so
Yes.
something goofy is definitely in store. Second to last, I have Royce Keys, who is supposedly supposed to be Powerhouse Hobbs, his new name. He's undoubtedly going to be in it for me. I think he'll do stuff with Brock, Oba, maybe even Omos. I think that would be a good fit for him. And then the last one, this is a surprise. It was mentioned earlier. I do think that we could very likely see Chris Jericho come back. I think this match needs that nostalgia, you know what I mean, for that
Yeah.
big fan base, the nostalgic return. I think he fits that very well. And then to wrap it up, for the final four, I have Sami Zayn, LA Knight, Braun Breaker, and Roman Reigns. Now, I don't have Sami winning. I wouldn't mind LA Knight win. I do think it's somewhat deserved. He's been done pretty dirty. Don't see him winning either. I have the final two as Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker. Now, Roman Reigns, I kind of do think he'll win, maybe face Cody again, like we said earlier. But I'm actually going to give the win to Braun Breaker here. He lost to CM Punk at the beginning of the year on Raw. I think that they might pull the trigger here. I think, him eliminating Roman last would be a huge moment for him. He's definitely a future main eventer. The question is just when. I think they should pull the trigger now. I think it's very possible. I think it's a good idea. I think he can go to WrestleMania and finally beat Punk, and it'll be the start of a whole new era. And I think he could very likely win the Rumble match. And
An
that's
actual new era.
yes, an actual new era. We know Triple H says all the time that every other month starting a new era, but
Yes.
with all the older world champions we have, I think it's time to finally push that next generation, like him, Theory, Mello, Trick. I think this is the perfect time to push Braun Breaker, and I think he walks away with it.
Well, thank you, Noah, for your comments on the 2026 Royal Rumble pay-per-view the predictions that you might see or might not see. We'll see. I think I'm going to start. Khalil, do you have anything to say? I think you said you had something to say earlier.
Oh no, I'll say it after your go.
Okay, so I'm gonna I don't want to keep this short and sweet, but I'm gonna just go through the bunch. Women's Royal Rumble match. There's a lot of possibilities, but I could actually see Bianca Belair winning her second Royal Rumble. In she has to return. I mean, she's been out since Mania, and she's definitely in for a return. So that'll be good to see. I do believe AJ Lee will return, and she will most likely be in the Final Four, just like how Punk was in his first Rumble back. I think he was in the Final Four.
Yeah,
he'd probably get really close to winning.
Punk was actually top 2 with Cody.
Oh right, yeah,
that's right, 2023.
Yeah, 2024.
When he got injured.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
23 actually. Really quick, going back to what Noah was talking about Gunther possibly winning, that could happen because he had that little mini match with Cody in 2023 at the Rumble at the end. But yeah, I could see AJ being in there. I could actually see Alexa Bliss being in the Final Four along with maybe one NXT star. So we'll see. I don't want to name who because it can be anyone. I think they want to have that you remember in 2018 where they had like the old guys and then the newer guys like that.
Yes, I do.
So that's my little small thoughts on that. The Gunther versus AJ Styles match, it really hurt me because I mean you guys are thinking logically and I get that, but I mean this is also logic. AJ is definitely winning this match. He's gonna come out on top. He's gonna defeat Gunther. This is for John Cena. That's a punch in the face. This is for Goldberg. That's another punch in the face. And this is for all the people that you think you're going to retire. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Styles Clash, blah, blah, blah. AJ wins. Gunther goes in the Royal Rumble, whatever, AJ's career is intact. Perfect. So,
after hearing that, bro, I'm not going to lie. Like, you just made the list.
Watch out.
You just made the list.
Okay. Also, wait. I mean, don't forget Ric Flair, when he had this thing where if he lost his next match, he would retire. He had a match at the 2008 Royal Rumble. I forgot who it was against. Maybe it was Mr. Kennedy. I don't know. But he won that match. And obviously he didn't lose until that WrestleMania against Shawn. So just saying. Now we're going to Sammy versus Drew McIntyre. We got to stop doing Drew wrong. He was already he lost to Roman in 2022. He lost he won in WrestleMania, but he lost right after by his own decision, obviously. But we got to give Drew his moment again. Have him win have him win the match at the Royal Rumble, have him retain, have him beat Sammy. It's going to be a little hurtful. I mean, Sammy is lost in his home turf many times. Elimination Chamber with Roman. So, I mean, it won't be too much to just lose this one match, okay? Just saying. Drew retains. That's the end of that match. Then we have the Men's Royal Rumble match, which I really am excited for. Only because of the build-up and, it's not really been that much of a build-up, really, but the build-up from the fans, which could be pretty bad because the IWC doesn't really know what they're doing. What we're talking about sometimes, they're talking about Kane, which I would love to see, honestly, just a one-off. We haven't seen Kane since 2021. That was technically his last Rumble match or match ever. I would love to also see him in his old gear, even if he can't breathe. I would love to see what's his name? Not Chris Benoit. Freaking
Jericho.
Jericho. Thank you. I couldn't get it out. I couldn't. I would say Chris Benoit. Chris Jericho. I definitely want to see him in there. I think he might be number 30, and if not, he might be in the late 20s of the entrances. So I definitely want to see Chris Jericho, not Judas, not AEW Jericho. I want to see Break the Walls Down, okay, with the light up jacket, even though Dean Ambrose destroyed it. I want to see a new light up jacket. Roman, I can see him definitely being in that final 4 spot. I could actually see Jacob Fatu maybe eliminating Roman in that final 4 spot because I want him to be there too. Because it can be like a family thing, and then Jacob's like, no, Roman's out. I could see. I don't see Cody being in the final 4. I think he's out before number 25 comes. I mean, that's just how I'm thinking. Brock Lesnar, he's gonna come in the middle and dominate for a little bit, and then he's gonna get tore down by a few people. Maybe Oba, maybe a few other stars. Kind of similar to 2020 when he kind of got ganged up on a little bit. So, who I think will win this match though. Also, I have to disagree with you guys. I don't think LA Knight is done. I know the fans love him. I know I love LA Knight, but in 2023, I feel like he was at his peak. But after that, there's nothing. I mean, he keeps losing.
If Jey Uso won the championship, so can LA Knight.
Facts.
Nope, that's different. They pulled the trigger.
How?
They pulled the trigger on Jey right when it was almost kind of about to fizzle out, which is why people turn on Jey. But LA Knight has fizzled out since 2024, early 24. I mean, there's no more hope.
Giving him that win, it would bring the hype right back.
We can see. We can see. And then, okay, what do they do after LA wins?
He goes on to be
Mania. He's winning at Mania.
And then if they don't give him the belt at Mania,
then
at least the hype will be
decision.
There.
Yeah, that would not be a good decision.
Also, too.
It's gonna be like when Shinsuke lost at WrestleMania.
Exactly. So, yeah, I just don't see Cody staying long. I don't see LA Knight even touching the final 4.
Come on, bro.
I don't see Roman winning this because, I mean, I know it would definitely be different because he's not a face; he's a tweener, I believe, right?
Yes.
And obviously he's going to get.
What does that term mean? Hold on. What does that term mean?
Tweener is in between, so like an anti-hero, how Stone Cold was.
So he kind of just fights and feuds with like anybody. He's not necessarily a face, not a heel, just kind of, goes against anybody or leads
Khalil,
into.
why do you have that look on your face?
Cause who do you think is gonna win?
Oh, well, I'm getting to that.
Yeah, I'm just confused. I'm so confused right now.
Hey, listen, I'm like a Triple H promo from 2004, okay? Just let me get there. So, Roman, I don't want him to win only because 2015, obviously, the whole Roman thing, that was that. He might get a different reaction now, but what does that do for Roman if he wins the Rumble? Nothing. And I do not want to see another Cody versus Roman match if Cody somehow wins Elimination Chamber and all that crap. The winner of this match, ladies and gentlemen, is Chris Jericho.
Come on, bro. Come on.
And this episode's over, ladies
Come
and gentlemen.
on.
Thank you for joining us today.
All right,
guys.
Chris Jericho, who do you think who is he gonna face at WrestleMania, bro?
So no. Stop. So LA Knight can't win the Rumble, but Chris Jericho can come back at the age of 95 and win.
Chris Jericho has never won a Royal Rumble match.
This is unbelievable, bro.
Listen, I agree with you. He should have probably won in 2012 to be exact. But winning now, you're out of your mind.
And then I forgot to add on a little thing. My number 30 spot. I don't know if I did say number 30 would be Chris Jericho, but if there was a chance we got to get The Rock in there, man.
Thank you. Nobody else is
get,
bro. Come on, thank you.
We need to get Dwayne The Rock Johnson out of his chair on the board. And then after this whole match, we need him in an interview saying how he knew everything was going to happen. But before that, we need to If Samel face down between Chris and The Rock. They are the final two. Now listen.
Wow.
Stare down between Chris and The Rock. It's like
you gotta be trolling.
I'm not.
The irritating force versus the movable object, ladies and gentlemen.
Dylan, we're talking about real life, like not WWE 2K25. We're talking about real life, right?
Yes. Guys, this is a dream. Who cares about the NXT stars? They have their moment. These people don't have a moment.
You are the reason why Triple H brings people like AJ.
You're the nostalgia merchant he caters to, right?
I love nostalgia.
We know you do.
I want the Undertaker. Like I want the
right,
oldies.
You see, I would take Legends in the Rumble. We need more surprises. They toned down the surprises, but winning the match, nope.
Anyways, back to what I was saying. After Chris Jericho and The Rock face off, they hit the 1, they hit the 2, blah, 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 blah. And then in the middle of the match, Chris Jericho's trash talking, oh, yeah, I beat you, and I think it was the Big Show at the same time, blah, 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 blah. Or Stone Cold. Like they have history. The Rock is about to throw him over. Chris Jericho throws The Rock over.
Chris Jericho. Dylan, wait. Dylan, I have a question.
Yes.
So, who do you think is winning the Royal Rumble? And this time,
be serious.
Turn the game off.
So
turn the game off.
All right. Let me turn the game off, ladies and gentlemen. Let me turn the game off. All right. So, are we here? Are we live?
Yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, hello. I'm here. I'm Dylan. All right. The winner of the Royal Rumble match is Oba Femi. And I'm going to tell you why.
What?
I saw the match between him and Cody Rhodes at Saturday night's main event. Clearly, it did not end like we wanted it to. That's a good thing. Oba is going to overpower everybody in the Rumble. He's going to eliminate Brock Lesnar. That's a huge thing because if he eliminates Brock Lesnar, that makes him legit automatic. He's not saying he's not legit at all now, but that makes him super legit in the Rumble match. He needs to be feared in the match. So after he eventually eliminates Brock Lesnar, he's a powerhouse. He's running through everybody. Roman is in the final 4. You got your Jacob Fatu. You have not Cody, he doesn't belong there. Not LA Knight, he doesn't belong there either. I mean, he belongs there, but he's not going to be there. So you have, I'm going to say final 3. Screw final 4. Final 3, you have Oba, Jacob Fatu, and Roman Reigns. The family feud is going to get in the way between those two people. It always does with these Samoans. You guys know this. Something is going to happen, or freaking Zilla's going to come out with a black hoodie. But you never know.
The dread Samoan black hoodie.
Literally. So after someone with the black hoodie comes out, possibly Samoan family, they're off. Oba actually gets them out. Both. He wins. You know how he gets them out? The family feud. They're like, oh, Jacob's like, I want to win this Rumble. This is my time. Blah 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 blah. Roman, he's like, you already won the Royal Rumble. Blah 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 blah. He's talking about, yeah, I mean, all that crap. And then he's talking to Roman. Roman's like, what are you talking about? We need to get him. And they're not even looking at him. He's standing there, like how freaking Hurricane was when he tried to get Triple H and Stone Cold. He's standing there like, you guys are arguing. I'm standing right here. He gets them both out. You know why he gets them out? Because they start tussling. And because they're tussling, they're not focused on the big that would have been racist. They're not focused on the big guy. They're not focused on the big guy right next to them. So while they're fighting, he lifts them both up. He gets them out. Oba Femi wins the Royal Rumble in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, 2026. Mic drop.
I'll take over Chris Jericho.
You did not drop that mic. You put it down slowly.
I think at this Rumble, this will be the Rumble or the event where the Judgment Day implodes. I think this is going to be the last of the Judgment Day that we see.
I can see
so we've been seeing the last of the Judgment Days since they kicked Edge out.
I know,
So-
but I think Finn, he's gonna attack either Dominic in the Rumble or JD, somebody. That's gonna happen. Raquel and Liv, something's gonna happen with them. I think it's gonna be that. It has to, bro. It's been three
Okay.
years, I think.
Yep.
I don't know if Noah
3 to
said
4.
this or not. Oh yeah, he did. Noah mentioned that on Raw, it was said that Finn cannot be in the Rumble, right?
Yeah.
What if surely Dominic is going to be in there, right?
He's injured, but
He was one of my
Probably.
options. They said it, really quickly just to add on. Dominic was someone I thought would be in the Rumble because he hasn't been stripped of the IC Championship, and I don't think his injury is that major. And about Finn, I said that maybe he would attack somebody and take their spot in the Rumble because he can't get in. Him maybe attacking Dominic would work because if you think about it, Dominic could technically enter the Rumble, but since he's injured, if Finn attacks him really quick, he wouldn't have to wrestle and worsen his injury. And they could easily drag that out until WrestleMania. Then once we get closer to WrestleMania, Dominic comes back, gets back into it with Finn, IC Championship match. I think that's a possibility there.
right. I just think long overdue.
Oh, for sure.
Finn needs to be a solo star. Dominic, he's already way over with the crowd. He needs to go solo. Live.
turn face.
Turn face. Yeah, he's getting cheers. He needs to turn face.
Yeah, and also like if so, Finn hasn't held not just a world championship. He hasn't held a single championship since 2016, right?
He had the NXT
The US
Championship,
title.
if you want to count that. The US, yes. In 2022, he had the United States title. That was the last one, I believe.
He did.
Okay.
Yeah, he
I
lost
don't-
it to
Yeah, that's when-
Austin Theory, the GOAT, on Monday Night Raw, which I attended. Slight
It was
flex.
very forgettable.
All right. What I wanted to say, we went over the best Royal Rumbles. We went over the current Royal Rumble. What do y'all think is the worst Royal Rumble?
The one Brock and Ronda. What year did Brock and Ronda win? That those two,
2022.
2022.
Those shits were.
I think I'm not gonna lie. I think you could give this to any of the Rumbles from 2011 to 2014. Those were some of the worst Rumbles I've seen. Bro.
I
enjoyed
slightly
it.
agree, but I think it's mainly because the talent pool was very bad at that time.
That's the major reason. Like, why is Alberto Del Rio, Jack Swagger?
Yeah, especially the 40-man. Like with a 40-man Royal Rumble, you would think, oh, the field's gonna be so stacked, and a lot of it was just like members of the Nexus and the Core, and then a bunch of jobbers. There's a couple returns in there, but
The core, I forgot about.
facts. That Royal Rumble with all Nexus members and all that with CM Punk with the Booker T return, bro. I remember that. That was the worst one in my opinion. What year was that?
2011.
11, right? Okay,
Especially the winners of those matches. You had Alberto Del Rio, Sheamus, and John Cena back to back to back. Now,
The
John
Sheamus
Cena,
one was good.
it was good. He was a good winner, but I don't know. And then you had John Cena, the biggest star on the whole roster, winning the Royal Rumble. Just
Twice in a lifetime, baby.
It should have been Ryback.
Okay, that's where I'm gonna.
You know
stop
what?
you there.
You know what? It wouldn't have been a bad decision back then.
It's
It would have been a
2013.
very bad one.
It's 2013, by the way. Ryback was super over.
But who do
He's
you think
also horrible.
who do you think he would have fought?
After who was champion? The Rock? No.
It
Who
was The Rock and Alberto Del Rio.
Oh, he would have faced Alberto. They weren't going to let him face the Rock.
Yeah, for sure. That was
So yeah, they wouldn't have let him face the Rock at all. That was already they had already set Cena and Rock up, right?
Yeah, that was set in stone. Yeah, for sure. It wasn't like confirmed, obviously, but they were definitely gonna let John get that win back, especially for the title. That was
even
great.
if Cena,
Rock won the title at that Royal Rumble event, right?
He did.
Oh,
He
yeah.
beat CM Punk.
Yeah.
oh okay,
And it's
yes.
because CM Punk won, and then Vince McMahon, I think, came out. He was like, "Nope, restart the match."
Yeah. So what happened there was he told CM Punk if the Shield gets involved, you're stripped of the title. And then the lights went out when The Rock was about to win, and clearly it was the Shield that attacked him. They triple powerbombed The Rock to the table. Punk won by countout. Then, like you said, Vince comes out, restarts it. Rock beats Punk, and that was it. Horrible decision,
Okay.
by the way, but
The greatest Royal Rumble,
What year was this?
2018.
I actually didn't watch that Rumble.
This was the only time there was actually 2 Rumbles in 1 year. Well, like 3, but yeah.
I didn't actually watch it, but all I'm gonna say is Saudi wanted Yokozuna, and they wanted Yokozuna Ultimate Warrior in the Rumble. That's all I have to say, bro.
Yoko was gone since the 90s, so that was a rough ask. That was a rough ask.
So the fact that Yoko died, not say Yoko like I know him. The fact that Yokozuna died 18 years prior and Ultimate Warrior died 4 years prior really lets me know where the Saudis were in their mindset at the time. So
I feel like it's still the same way now. I feel like next year's WrestleMania, they're gonna ask for some wild stuff.
Oh yeah, I see Austin, Rock, Undertaker. I think they're gonna bring in a lot of people for that.
honestly, Undertaker, if he doesn't, because if he works like the biker gimmick, then I feel like he can kind of change up the way he would. Because the reason why he was like, oh, you know, the interviews and stuff, like my body's broken down and I can't move this way and that way. If he does the biker gimmick, he was moving a different way then. He wasn't doing a lot of like top rope things or.
He was wrestling more like a brawler when he was.
Mhm.
So if he does that style, then that will probably be a decent match with whoever he faces.
I think it'll be Gunther for sure because we talked about this a few times. Undertaker said never say never, and if he did come back for anybody, it would be Gunther. He really likes him. I think that'll happen at the Saudi Mania, honestly. And then I think, of course, Undertaker will retire from good. I think Gunther's legend killer type gimmick, I think that's gonna keep going until then. I can see it.
There's two things.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say there's two things that kind of crushes those theories, Noah. One, Undertaker said in an interview that when he said never say never at the Hall of Fame, Vince asked him about that, and he was like, "Oh, I just thought it sounded cool." Two, he said he got closure after a long time of not having closure. He said he got closure after his Mania 40 appearance. So I think he's like, really finished. But if the money is there, then
I think they'll offer him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And really quickly going back to which we think the worst Royal Rumble is, you could definitely say a few for this. I'm gonna go with 2015 though. I think that was just an absolute disaster. For a quick recap, I think Daniel Bryan should have won it, honestly, you know, because he won the Mania the year prior, but he was still so over, and I just don't think they had a face like him at the time. And that was the year where they were really pushing Roman, and Roman was just not working at the time. He just wasn't over. Yeah. The crowd didn't like him. And Daniel Bryan got eliminated early too, so that definitely didn't help. And then they brought out The Rock and everything with Roman to help like get that pop going, to have the crowd going. It still didn't work. They still booed Roman. Let's do a pretty good Mania match. I actually liked Roman and Brock that year, but the Rumble itself, it's just it was a bad winner. That the field wasn't the greatest. I think that was one of the worst modern ones, and along with 2022, like Xavier said, I don't not like the 2015 Rumble very much.
Khalil, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying about how he was talking about Brock retiring Undertaker. Gunther retiring Undertaker. I was gonna say I can also see Gunther retiring Brock and SummerSlam in Minneapolis.
I think him or Braun Breaker. I think those are probably the two that could maybe take that from Brock.
Yeah, but with the way Brock works, and we all know it, we've seen his matches. Do you think? I mean, I'm sure he'd put him over, but would he give him a good match? Will it not just be suplexes and F5s? Will it be like a cool
against who? Gunther?
Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker. I could definitely see it. Brock is dominating Braun for like the first, depending on how long it is, first 7 minutes, I'd say 7-10 minutes, and then Braun just hawks up and starts dominating him for the next 5 minutes, and then boom, spear, whatever his finisher is.
Spear.
We can't just let Brock go. Like Brock, we got to let Brock go out the way he's been doing his whole career. Like we need 5 or 6 spears from Braun to take Brock.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I think if that match happens, it'll be a car crash. I think it'll be. Honestly, I think that could be like 10 minutes or less. I do think that it could be a domination turned over, like Khalil stated. But I do think it could just be like really fast paced, like a finisher spam, if you will. Just 8 minutes of them going really, really fast. Big sells from Brock, a bunch of spears from Braun, like you were just saying. And I think Braun obviously goes over. But
I think it could also be a last man standing match. Brock has had some in his career, and I think that would be a good way to go, a last man standing match.
Okay, yeah. I like that. So have we all got our last words out about what we think about everything? Karas?
Yeah, I got homework to do in 10 minutes.
Better get on that, buddy.
Yeah, it's due in 10 minutes, actually.
Oh. Well, my time says it looks like maybe we have to play the game.
After my homework, I got y'all.
Hey, so like not that game. It was a. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen,
Hold up
and
before you finish.
yeah,
Seahawks to the Super Bowl. If y'all seeing this, go Seahawks.
Chargers win next year.
Move
all the way. Stay in San Diego with that shit. Anyways,
Hey,
Dylan,
watch
take it
out.
away.
that will be a whole nother podcast episode between those trash teams. Now, let's get going. We have predicted the 2026 Royal Rumble match is those being just let's review real quick. 30-woman Royal Rumble match: Gunther, AJ Styles, Stephanie Vaquer versus Raquel Rodriguez, Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn, and then the 30 men's Royal Rumble match. So those matches should hopefully be good. Hopefully the stadium is very sturdy because, like I said earlier, it was built in 20 days and they're still actually adding things to it. So as we speak, so let's hope everything is safe and sturdy for our team. Anyways, Noah, let me show your screen because look at the GOAT right here. They say he's going to retire, but he's not.
Where's John Cena?
So he said the GOAT? He said the GOAT, by the way.
He didn't
Yeah,
say
I did.
all.
But yeah,
I
so
don't see Bray Wyatt.
Watch out, bro.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching. This was a Royal Rumble prediction episode, and there will be a post Rumble episode the following, I want to say, day or two after Saturday. So be on the lookout for that. There will be another episode with me and Khalil very soon about,
Put your hand down. This isn't over yet, bro. Thank you.
With New Edition versus one of the best. I mean, like best, notable, fantastic, world recognized groups.
One of the most overrated boy bands of all time.
Anyway,
podcast. Duke it out then.
Yes. Anyways, the Jacksons and AKA the Jackson 5, one and the same. So, ladies and gentlemen, anyways, thank you for watching. Comment down below your favorite part of the podcast.
Khalil.
Everybody, you ready? Out.
I'm doing it. You guys just can't see it.
Yep. Pretend he's doing it.
Goodbye,
All right,
guys.
go for Mark.
Goodbye.
Gotta go for Mark. See you.